everyone, it's me, the Otaku Fango, here to review the third episode of Persona 5, the animation, and oh boy, it was really rushed, but I understand why it's like this, because they want to get this first palace out of the way so they can, because there's only going to be 20-something episodes, so I understand why this is rushed, but it's still good, because it's hitting all the good points of the show, or hey everyone, it's me, the Otaku Fango, here to review the third episode of Persona 5, the animation. So with this episode, it's very, very rushed, but that's because they cut a lot of fluff out of it, and so it's like, well, in the game, we have a very long time before we actually get to this point and all this stuff, but as an anime adaptation, it kind of has to cut a lot of fluff and get to the important points. Like, for instance, Shiho trying to kill herself, and I did not want to see that again, but I did, and I was like, oh, poor girl. And An's Awakening, which was greatly animated, and seeing her little all-out attack pose and everything was great. I was just like, yes! I knew that's probably how this episode was going to end up being, An's Awakening, and then the next episode, we're going to get Kamoshida's boss fight. So that's going to be great, I hope. But as for this episode, oh man, Kamoshida, if I didn't hate you more, I hate you so much. Like, oh gosh, that creepy scene with him licking his lips, I was like, no, please stop that. I do not, nope, But it seems they're changing a little bit here, because, but the changes they've made kind of make sense in a way, but it's also kind of weird. Like, for instance, on, not being taken out of the palace and then coming back later. So it's like, I don't know, weirdly dumb, but it's, like, fine, because, like, it doesn't even matter if she left it one time and then came back, so it's, like, whatever, right? And, Awakening her persona, exactly the same, and everything's been pretty much the same. It's just the situations have been reversed, switched around, or put in different spots. Like, when the volleyball scene was shown with Mishima getting beat up, that scene was supposed to happen, not the one where Ren was being beat up. That was an animated original content there. So that was really interesting how they did it. I was like, oh, it's this scene. Finally, they animate that. And, like, for instance, when Morgana was explaining the palaces and such to Ryuji and Ren, that was, it felt really rushed, but it's like, it hits the good points, the important points of that little explanation. So, again, it cuts out a lot of the fluff, Though it would have been kind of great to see Ren go meow, because I remember at that point when Morgana's talking, you could say, like, different options, and, like, one of them is meow, and I'm like, dang it, I wanted to see that animated, but that's fine. Cut the cute fluff out, unfortunately. But anyway, I do like the pacing is kind of weird if you haven't played the game and you don't know exactly what's going on. But it's still fine for what it's trying to accomplish. But, oh man, seeing everything animated is great. Like the little mini boss fight with the toilet demon and the pixie and the horse thing. I was just like, yes, this part. And I like how they kept in line with, like, what those enemies are weak to. Because, like, how flying enemies, like pixies, are weak to guns. So I was like, oh, that's great. I like that. I like that little added touch to everything. And, oh man, the fight scenes are really great, I have to say. Them bringing out their personas or on, using their whip and everything, that's great. It's nicely done, and it's just like, this is good, this is great. Keep it up, A1 Pictures. But overall though, some people probably are gonna have issues with this episode being like fast-paced and everything. I'm like, well, think about it, it's a 100-hour game. Kind of have to rush a few things and cut out a lot. It was interesting even seeing them, explore the palace but not fight any enemies, because when you do explore palaces, you do fight a lot of enemies, but in this, they just, like, snuck past them. So I was like, interesting. But they have sent the calling card to Kamoshida at the school at the end of the episode. So we're getting that boss fight next episode, and I'm excited because I'm like, boss fight. I'm interested to see how they're going to animate that. I feel like it's not going to take up the entire episode. Maybe 10 minutes of it at least, but we'll have to see. But I'm very interested for the next episode to come out. This one was really good. And what'd you guys think of this episode? What do you think's gonna happen next? And I'll see you guys in whatever I review next. Bye!